All right, well, we're on the air.
Are you tired of the same old sports media? Are you tired of hot takes, arguments, and questions that are just completely off base?
Luckily, we have something for you. Touchdowns and tangents of the people, for the people, by people who care about the culture and all its concise commentary.
Why you always put it that way? It's when the ghost is on the beat.
Don't tell me that shit wasn't tight. That shit was tight.
What's up, good people? Live from Touchdowns and Tangents, Cos. It's PD Camarillo. He's
Kenneth Berry. Am I even on?
Yeah. And we are Touchdowns and Tangents, your Thursday night spot for NFL takes, topical tangents, and concise commentary for the culture. Shout out to Nikki. She's off tonight. But as always, she put together a great rundown. So Kenny and I will try to not fuck it up.
Okay. Shit.
Are you saying shit? You're on. You're fine. Don't worry about it. You don't need to hear yourself. Take your headphones off if you want.
I was like, I could hear the and I was like, oh shit, I should have it.
It's because you keep moving the microphone.
Yeah. I don't need headphones anyway.
That's why when you say you're ready, and I'm like, are you sure? And then you're never ready.
Says the guy who accidentally pressed the button while he was explaining why he's not gassed on.
That shit was crazy. Can we stop talking about that? Because this is
you brought it up.
Because this is like the fourth episode in a row. Like we talked about an adjacent subject about one of my associates, and I just don't need that right now. So
I'm talking about Disney characters.
Yeah, I know.
I called you gassed on before any of that.
I know. No, but I'm just saying that all started from a conversation that I had with an associate.
Oh no, that started with me and you from you saying you're just like Gaston and Beauty and the Beast, and I'm like, no, you're not.
But I'm saying
you said you're not Gaston.
But I'm saying the conversation before that came from a. That's what I'm saying, Kenny. Can you just shut the fuck up? Because you're just making me go into more detail.
I don't know why you're going into detail. That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
what I'm telling you is the reason why we had that conversation.
You don't even need to go into detail, bro.
No,
fuck Beauty and the Beast. I hated that movie.
What I'm saying is the reason why we even had that conversation was because of a conversation I had with an associate before I had that conversation with
you. The point is you're not even supposed to explain that part. I was giving you an out.
So you just gaslit me, basically.
No, I just said,
yeah, you kind of
you don't need to explain that part.
You gaslit me into snitching on myself.
No, you just like snitching on yourself because you have a snitch kink.
Damn, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, you like getting caught in the shit. I hate to break that to you.
No, I'm just
you
self-destructive.
you like the fear and threat of trouble, and whatever comes.
Self-destructive.
You probably like punishment too. I don't know what's up with that, man.
All right, we gotta stop those rumors because I'm tired of motherfuckers saying that again. One situation happened on one trip, and I confided in my homies and my friends. And now motherfuckers just keep throwing it in my face.
Yo,
like, bro, that's fucked up, man. I was a victim, and motherfuckers just keep throwing it in my face. Like, all right.
You a Bobby Hill, that's my purse kink? That's crazy.
Anyways, moving on. What do we got to talk about this week, man?
Let's talk about it.
Somber note, RIP
Dick Butkus.
Legendary linebacker for the Bears. Overall, one of the godfathers of the linebacker lineage.
Made 51 a cool number. Also was a high school football coach. I think it was in Pittsburgh. It was a cool show on ESPN. He was a head coach, tried to turn the school around. They had a running back, light-skinned dude named Christian. I just remember, I think he wore number 3, had a cast on his hand or some shit. He still ran hard, though. Wonder whatever happened to the people on that show. Because I think that was around the same time Hoover, Alabama, the coach, Ross Probst, or whatever his name was, that controversial human being, he had a show. So it's kind of like, damn, Dick Butkus, like, if you knew during that time, you knew. Like, he was reintroduced into that era. Tough, hard nose. I think he was in the longest yard too, wasn't he? The remake? He's been in a couple sports movies.
Dick Butkus?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We could probably look up his IMDb. Hold on. I'll do that. You fill the air.
Yeah, I was about to say, let you handle that. But, I mean, the Bears won tonight on Thursday Night Football. I think they got their first win of the year.
Yeah, they were 1-4 coming into the game.
1-4?
0-4. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Justin Fields balled out. This is probably the best 2-game stretch of his career. They were good last year before injuries and the team fell apart. But I'm glad he's finally proven he can play from the pocket. DJ Moore had the game of his career, 8 catches, 230 yards, 3 touchdowns.
He was in the Bernie Mac show.
Yes, he was.
Hang Time, Malibu, Any Given Sunday, Coach, Charlie Grace, Burke's Laws, Let's Kill All the Lawyers, Last Boy Scout, MacGyver, Necessary Roughness, Gremlins 2, Spontaneous Combustion, Crash Course, Growing Pains, Matlock, Night Court, Black's Magic, Hamburger, the movie picture. Yeah, he's been in a lot of fucking cameos.
He's 80. Yep, the Bears beat the Commanders 40-20.
I mean, you had to win on the night that Butkus died, right? Like,
you have to.
All I know is
the defense had to do something.
All I know is all week everyone's been hitting the panic button on Chicago, saying that basically they're probably going to have to just start all over again because they had a Ryan and a Matt before a year and a half ago, and then now they have a Matt and a Ryan again at GM and head coach. And if they get the 1 and 2, they definitely have to take a quarterback. So might as well just start all over with a new QB, and new coach,
trade Fields to
new
the
front
Raiders
office again.
Trade Fields to the Raiders. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I don't think that will happen, but
I would definitely make that trade in a heartbeat.
yeah, I don't. Probably for a 4th round pick, maybe.
Fine. And then I'll re-up his contract. He's going to be cheaper than Jimmy G. And if he has a career year with Devontae and Josh Jacobs, and hell, he's faster than Josh Jacobs.
I
Just
mean, he could
consider
also
that.
be like every other Ohio State quarterback not named.
No,
CJ
he's
Stroud.
different. He's different.
And we're not counting Joe Burrow.
Plus, he went to Georgia first. You're forgetting that. Got to remember that, like, Matt Eberflus has never been a head coach before. Like, their last 3 head coaches, like Trestman, had no head coaching experience. He was a Canadian Football League head coach. They won't actually pick a head coach with real experience. They have been terrible since they wrongfully fired Lovie Smith. Let's just point that out. Till you do right by me, Harpo, everything you do will fail. Yes, I just quoted The Color Purple. If you know, you know. Whoopi Goldberg.
Even though you hate that movie.
It's terrible. The book's even fucking worse. It's disgusting. It's just a disgusting adaptation of, like, that's not all black people from the South. That wasn't even the mannerisms and the customs. Like, it was just gross. It was nasty work. But hey, somebody's always got an agenda. Anyway, when it comes to, I think this is what this offense could be. Cole Kmet, DJ Moore. Like, this is the kind of game I think this Bears offense thought that they could put together finally with what they have, Justin Fields. It's not like he can't throw the football and he can't go through his progressions. But it's like, you have a busted offensive line and he's running for his life. And, like, plenty of QBs have said, like a Cam Newton, like RG3, like other guys have said, when you're constantly in a quarterback's ear and giving them 1,000 pounds of verbiage, like, that shit doesn't matter. Like, we're in a new age where all that verbiage shit, where you got to say like 20 sentences worth of words just to tell me it's a fucking simple 951 pass play, like 951 is
it's called Say Less for a reason.
That's what I'm saying. Like, a 9 is a streak, a 5, I forget which one that is. I forget the whole route tree right now. But, like, it used to be that simple in high school. You get to college. In some high schools, it's even more verbiage. But it's like, people hide behind that old school verbiage, honestly, because there was a lot of unathletic, untalented white quarterbacks in the league for a long time. and they got by on saying a bunch of bullshit verbiage at the line of scrimmage and playing mid.
I mean,
You don't need that verbiage anymore.
I also think the game was a lot more disconnected. Like, things were a lot more segmented. There was a lot more boundaries. Like, you know, wasn't as easy to hop from team to team, and team to team didn't communicate as much as they do now. So I think there's a reason why you protected your plays. But nowadays, I mean,
everybody runs the same shit.
Everyone pretty much runs like 70% of the same shit. And then there's like 20% that's a little bit of a variation. And then there's like maybe like 10% that's like random, truly unique to them. And they never even call that shit.
My thing is, so many more dynamic athletes are playing quarterback that it's not about, like, the concepts already exist. You have to mesh the concepts around the players you have. That's why all these statuesque quarterbacks don't work anymore.
I just think...
Because that three-step drop bullshit is you're slow. You can't be in the game.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's more of just like... There's not that many new and different things. Like, it's more now...
There's nothing new under the sun.
It's like more now, like even the shit that the Eagles do with the QB sneak, like that's not really new. Like it's new because we haven't seen it in the way that they do it with the sort of athletes that they have. But it's pretty much a variation of the wing tee. Like that QB sneak is pretty much a wing tee play.
Well, everything started from the wing tee.
Well, the spread offense did, yes. But that's what I'm saying is.
Shout out
there's nobody.
Fuck the double wing though.
There's no Buddy Ryan coming out with a 4-6 defense like in the heyday of the Bears is what I'm saying. Like there's no reinventing the wheel. Like there's some tweaks and variations to it that are a little bit different because the athletes are a lot different. But like schematically, it's all pretty much the same house build. Like. Yeah, we got some new, cool, like, shiny shit inside of it or on the outside of it, but it's all pretty much the same fucking skeleton that we've been had. So I think that's why it's like, you don't really need all the verbiage. Like, at the end of the day, and also the way the game is called, too. It's like, at the end of the day, the rules are set up that good offense is meant to be good defense. Like, period. All things created equally, the offense is supposed to win. Fair or evade?
It's fair. I mean, if you got a quarterback that damn near runs a 4.340, who can throw the football downfield, it just depends on the scheme that's favorable to him and the receivers he has.
But I mean, like
you should spread the field out and constantly moving the chains.
So think about it this way. Like, think about all the ways a big play can get reversed.
Also,
right?
the Commanders' defense is ass.
They're pretty much the same. Holding, fucking pass interference, illegal man downfield. For defense, they have pass interference, which has always been around, but it's gotten a lot more ticky-tacky. And now you got fucking targeting. Now you got personal fouls, unnecessary roughness. You got pretty much automatic 15 on the face mask. Like, there's a lot more ways a defense can fuck it up than there is offense can fuck it up. And when you look at the timetable, a lot of that shit's been in the last 20 years. So the whole 80 years of football before that, like, that shit wasn't around. So it's like you could scheme and you could outmaneuver an offense. Nowadays, you're just...
Also, they didn't want black dudes to play quarterback.
Nowadays, you're just looking for an opportunity. Like, you just have to, as a defense, you're just looking for that one opportunity and to capitalize on it.
Yeah, or, I mean, just look what the Seahawks did against the terrible-ass Giants. Like...
I don't know what that means.
They had like 12 sacks. They set a team record. Like 3 guys had...
I don't know what point you're making with that, is what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is they just said, fuck it, we're just going to have a fierce pass rush and be really good in coverage. Like, the strength of the NFL now is being able to have good coverage, rush the passer, and stop the run when you need to. Whereas, like, if you could stop the run, it didn't matter how many times the team passed because you were a dominant run team. That's why like the 2000 Ravens get looked on the way they do. The Bears defense that went to the Super Bowl gets looked on the way it does, even though they lost. Like, oh, this defense is outstanding.
I mean, that's a good point too, and I think that also goes into the play calling because
that doesn't matter anymore though.
But that's what I'm saying is,
which is crazy.
You can call a pass play on first down and not get looked at sideways anymore. Versus like 20 years ago, and especially if you had a number one running back, like, bro, why are we not running the ball on first down?
Speaking of which, when Derrick Henry caught that swing pass, I was like, oh shit, Derrick Henry got a catch. By the way, he passed Earl Campbell.
All right, moving on. Week 4 highlights. Anything you want to talk about specifically? Eagles barely beating out the Commanders by 3.
Commanders always play the Eagles tough. I want to talk about how Daniel Jones...
The Raiders and Chargers trying to out-bad coach each other.
I want to talk about how
neither team wanting to win.
Khalil Mack got his first sack of the year against the Raiders.
And then parlayed that into 5 more. And I think he got a forced fumble.
So now he's like, I think damn near leads the league in sacks almost. Because he had 6 sacks in one game, which is a career high. A Chargers team high.
Which overset his record of 5, right?
Yep. Yeah. Which is the 5 he got with the Raiders. So, the Raiders.
And he was one away from setting the single game record.
Yeah.
And honestly, he was pretty close. There was a couple plays where he could have got last one.
Getting held like a motherfucker because Khalil Mack has been getting held since his rookie year.
Well, if you believe PFF, if all those sacks were on Aiden O'Connell, and I get some of that because he was kind of holding on to the ball, but also, like, technically speaking, there's just some shit.
When your left tackle's getting pushed,
there's just some shit that shouldn't happen
into the backfield. It's kind of hard to blame the QB.
There's just some shit that shouldn't happen.
A couple of those sacks
that's gonna happen.
Getting the ball smacked out of your hand.
No, like what you're talking about is gonna happen. Like a speed rusher is going to get around the tackle. Like inevitably,
he went through.
That's
Miller.
going to happen.
He went through Colton
Miller.
But
the things that shouldn't happen or don't happen, and it wasn't just Colton Miller because I think Colton Miller only gave up one of those sacks.
Illuminaire, because he's always giving up sacks.
It wasn't just Illuminaire either, and he actually had a great season last year. It was Munford. He gave up a couple, but also collectively, it was the stunts. It was the blitz pickup. It's having their head up, communicating, all those sort of things. But to my point, there were plays where, like you said, they were all just kind of getting drove back. They had bad timing. Their pads were high. Just simple, basic things that you, one, really shouldn't be doing at that level, but two, you definitely shouldn't be doing versus that level of talent, and three, you definitely shouldn't be doing it in a rivalry game where you're almost playing for your season.
It's to the point where, Raiders fans keep showing up more than Chargers fans.
Well, it's the same thing in Vegas.
More and more Chargers fans are starting to get bold and win.
Like this Monday night game, I'm pretty sure is going to be more
Packers fans.
Of
course. But I'm noticing more and more Chargers fans are out here winning fades.
I don't know. They be fighting each other too, though.
Yeah, but I saw it was troubling. I saw how many Raiders fans got their ass beat. But also, I think there's a contingency of just bullshit, punk ass people who are Raiders fans who really aren't really from the culture like that. Like you probably were a suck ass fan from somewhere else, and you just became a Raiders fan. So you're that person. You're the equivalent of when I think of male Cowboys fans, where no matter what team you root for, you just get into a fucking fight for no reason. And I saw some shit where these two chicks with no ass was beating on this girl who was clearly way more attractive, and then their punk ass boyfriend didn't do nothing about it. And I was like, I don't know if this chick is black or not, but all I know is she should have left that stadium with a whole new nigga. A whole new dude. That's all I'm saying. But I'm just seeing a lot of punk ass activity from Raiders fans, and I'm not liking it because that's not what we were raised on, and that's not the move.
But yeah, man, outside of my phone cracking on the escalator after we went in.
Let's talk about how your phone was dead for like 4 days, and you lit like my phone was higher up on the hierarchy than yours.
No, actually, my phone still looks better than yours. I can actually see it
because you got it fixed.
No, this is my backup one. This is my iPhone 7.
You weren't using it.
This iPhone is from 2015.
But you weren't.
And this iPhone looks in better shape than yours, sir.
But you weren't.
So before you put me on phone court,
no, fuck that. We're going to phone court, Your Honor. How many times did you use my phone? Because your phone was dead. Your shit was in a coma. Your shit was in a coma. But why did you use my phone?
Wow, that's real fucked up.
Your shit was in a coma, bro. It wasn't turning on. It was on, but it wasn't on. There was nobody there. That shit was brain dead. It was DOA. It was a fucking stillborn.
You know, the only person I've ever seen with a screen like that is you.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And my shit worked.
Yeah, no, it didn't. You had it where it broke like that, too, before.
I mean, my shit broke for a
minute. It broke like that at the Boise State game, remember?
No, it didn't.
Or like the day before. I
didn't break my phone at the Boise State game.
You broke it the day before, and you didn't have a phone, remember? And you had to go to, that's why you couldn't go to Norm's with us, because you had to go to get your phone fixed.
That's definitely probably true, because I'm not turning down Norm's.
And you were talking about Norm's the whole time. You were the only reason why we even went to Norm's. And then you couldn't even go, because you were like, you had to go to Metro PCS before it closed at like 6 or whatever.
Yeah, that was some fuck shit. Y'all really could have waited.
Yeah, I know. My memory's pristine. I got it.
Y'all could have waited. Y'all could have
Anyways,
I got it fixed quick. I'm just saying,
anyway, so yeah, basically what happened was, shout out to my boy C's, my boy Jacob, and my dad. We had a good time. We got the best tailgating spot we've ever gotten. Like, for some reason, it took forever to fucking get in there. Like, it was cool getting to the stadium. There wasn't that much traffic, but once we pulled in, it took forever for them to give us a place to park. So there was like this corner spot at the end of the row, like, and there was like a big group of people on the spot next to the corner spot. And my dad was like, "Should I just take this one?" And I was like, "I don't know, man. I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to get blamed if they tell us to leave and go back to the end of the line." He's like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna do it." So he did it. Security was cool. Nobody said anything. The people next to us were cool. So we got a great spot. Saved us like another 30 minutes in line probably. And so, anyways, it was a good time. I was on a good one, but I wasn't like blacked out. And anyways, we were walking in and scanned my tickets. I snuck beer in there because, again, AI doesn't give a fuck about drinks. They only care about guns. I don't even think they care about drugs.
You actually said that out loud.
But yeah, so anyways, I got a small beer in there, which I was really happy about. And then I was talking to my dad, and he showed me his phone, and his phone was cracked. And then I pulled out mine, and I dropped it right there on the escalator, and it just hit perfectly to where like the screen completely cracked and went black and broke. Nothing worked. And shit happened the next day, which took forever to get my phone. But I got one on Tuesday. So I got a new one coming. I got a new 14 coming tomorrow, hopefully. So be back on the up and up. But yeah, it was outside of that. It was outside of that and outside of the Raiders losing. It was a great experience. When I truly blacked out was in the parking lot when we're waiting traffic to go down. Usually there's like police and people like low key like, "Hey, you got your scoop," but like no one gave a fuck. So we were just in there slamming. That's when shit got astray for me. And then I just remember we pulled up and we're like, "Hey, Kenny!" We're like, "What the fuck?"
Like literally,
you literally pulled up at the same exact time.
I got home at the exact same time.
Shit was wild.
Because like I was fucking tired. Like I was up at like 5 a.m. Got to work like before 6 a.m. I was there till 2. But then like I had a migraine headache, so I got really dizzy. I went upstairs on like the 3rd floor and just fell asleep in the corner somewhere. Then woke up, got dinner, ate, and then made the trek to the bus stop, which honestly I should have just fucking caught the shuttle to the train station and just walked from Hawthorne train station. I would have been home probably an hour earlier. Or I could have just walked straight home from the stadium. And I would have been literally like...
You could have just walked to my car.
I didn't know where your car was, bro. And you were drunk.
You didn't text me.
Because I assumed you...
Yeah, you should have said I texted you, but your phone didn't work.
I didn't text you.
Yeah,
I'm telling you I'll text you. I'm telling you I'll text you.
I could have given you a ride. We could have got home at the same time.
I was asleep.
And you would have been drunk.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It's just funny how that day worked out.
And then me and Kenny were going to drink a beer, watch Sunday night, and then we both just ended up passing out.
Oh, don't forget the fact that you barked at a dog. Like
that shit was wild.
You had a barking match with a dog.
I remember that. That shit was fucking annoying, bro.
That shit was.
We were just walking, minding our own business, and these dogs were fucking barking at us.
They were barking before we walked over there.
But they wouldn't stop barking
because they kept barking, and then they got even louder. And it was like, fuck you. And you were like, nah, fuck you. Because you just kept barking louder at them. And then, like, you just grabbed a random chair and started scooting down the street with it. And I just walked away like, I don't know this motherfucker.
Man, there's probably people that are like, yo, there's that big head ass crackhead. How are we so fat?
I know he's a fat crackhead and his AA sponsor or whoever. Like, how the fuck you barking at a dog, bro?
But yeah, man, other games of the week, the Chiefs barely beat the Jets.
On a controversial call, by the way. That was not holding.
And everyone's dick riding Taylor Swift. The Bills dog slapped the Dolphins, which I don't think a lot of people expected. But
I expected it. Josh Allen's fine.
I didn't expect the Bills to put up 50 points. They haven't put up that many points all season.
I mean, without
the Dolphins have been explosive.
The Dolphins' defense is exposed, though. And
I didn't
have Jalen Phillips.
I'll tell you, I watched that Denver game. Even that Denver game, like, it got away from Denver, but they were driving a few times.
Bottom line is, until they get Jalen Ramsey back, we won't know what this Dolphin team really look like. Xavier Howard is prone to give up catches. And when he doesn't, if he's not getting picks, the corner on the other side is getting flamed up. So,
all right, moving forward, games of the week this week. We got Cowboys, Niners, Eagles, Rams, Ravens, Steelers, Chiefs, Vikings. What are you looking forward to?
Cowboys, Niners, arguably two of the worst fan bases in the modern era.
I feel like low-key the Niners might have smoked them. Even though I wasn't expecting the Cowboys to smoke the Patriots.
The Niners should put them in a loud pack, but people got to – because Brock Purdy's never lost a game in the regular season. He's 9-0. But people got to stop acting like he's the franchise savior because he's not. And when he gets caught, because somebody's going to catch him, because Christian McCaffrey is playing at an all-world level right now. But when he gets caught, it's going to be bad. And people are going to be, shit, we're still a quarterback away from the Super Bowl. I'm just saying, but if Justin Fields was on the Niners, shit, it would be scary hours.
I don't remember. We got to follow up with Nikki. I don't remember what we picked for Monday night last week.
I definitely don't remember none of that shit. That's her to remember.
I think you picked the over and I picked the under.
I for sure picked the over.
I think we both picked the Chiefs though.
Chiefs play again?
It was Chiefs Jets on Monday night, right?
I thought that was Sunday night.
No, it was fuck. Watched it. Why can't I remember?
Oh, it was the bum-ass Seahawks and the Giants.
Seahawks and Giants. There you go.
And it was 24-3 or 7. Yeah, I might have picked the under on that one.
I think you did pick the under, so you might have won. So I think I'm 3-1 now.
This man had 7 tackles, 2 sacks, and a 97-yard pick six. And I told you right before the play, I said, Daniel Jones looks like he doesn't want to be there. Like, he's frightened.
Yeah, he looks scared.
He looks like he's just trying to fuck up so they'll bench him, and they won't bench him. They just keep having more faith in him. But that Duke degree, boy, made him a lot of money. Got a whole contract. Like, he should literally forfeit half his salary to Saquon.
All right, so this week we got Packers at the Raiders. The Raiders are favored by 2.5, which is technically not favored. I'm sorry, the Packers are favored by 2.5.
I'm about to say, ain't no fucking way anybody thinks the Raiders.
Packers are favored by 2.5, which means they're really favored by 6, because usually the home team is favored by 3 automatically. Over-under is 44.5 points. I am going to take I'm going to take the over, only because I feel like the Packers might pick the Raiders apart. And Jimmy G's expected to play. But yeah, I'm going to take the Packers and I'm going to take the over. because I feel like the Packers might run them.
I'm going to take the under. It's going to be one-sided defensive struggle.
So you think it's just going to be you think? I don't know about that, bro.
I think Jordan
Raiders
Love,
defense is kind of trash.
But I think
I
Jordan.
don't got linebackers.
I mean, A.J. Dillon's been playing like trash. All the Packers receivers.
Aaron Jones is back, though.
Yeah, but all it takes is one popped hamstring and it's done. Watson,
wow. That's like your favorite player, but okay.
I mean, one of my favorite, but like all their receivers are fucking hamstring issues, bro. I got Christian
That's why they
Watson.
got 5 of this same interchangeable one.
It's not Christian Watson's the fastest one they got, but nah, man. And then Musgrave stays hurt, so it's like all the receivers are hurt and young, and even a hurt young shorthanded Packers team is good enough, and they don't have David Bakhtiari, so
They haven't had him for 2 years.
That's fucked up. That's just mean. That's cool.
That's factually true. He hasn't played since the beginning of 2021.
He played this year.
I don't think he played this year, bro.
He did, and then they put him on IR because his knee.
I don't think he played this year, bro. I'm pretty sure he didn't play this year, man.
He played and then went straight on IR.
He might have suited up, but I don't think he played.
Suited up. He played, then got right back on IR.
I think he played, man, but all right.
He's played. I'm telling you from doing injury reports every week, he's played, and his ass went straight back to IR. So it's kind of like they're used to just not having him. It's going to be an ugly game next Monday. That's what I'm really trying to tell y'all. It might be like some 24-16 shit.
Yeah, he played one game, week 1. He only played like
20 snaps.
Less.
40 snaps, 15
less.
snaps. That still counts as playing. He still got his game check. Did the check clear? It cleared, right?
Hold on, I'm trying to see whether you go to
Bro, when you're an offensive lineman, if you suit up one snap,
count. Yeah, here we go. Snap count.
he played.
Yeah, but he only played 10 games last year.
I know he didn't finish the game.
And he only played one game in 2021. So he's only played 13 games in 3 years.
Yeah, because his fucking knee never healed. I'm saying, how many snaps did you play?
I'm saying
season?
at that point, 13 out of...
No, how many games did he play this season?
13 out of 37 games?
Potential games.
At that point, you really can't count on him.
I'm not arguing that. I'm saying, how many games did he play this year?
I mean, if... I'm not coming at you, but I'm just saying, in general... If your dad only comes to 1 in 3 holidays, like at some point, you got to stop.
In a calendar year?
Looking at the calendar.
Or 3 years?
I'm just saying, if he only comes to 1 out of every 3 holidays.
In no way was I offended by that.
I was just
my dad didn't show up
for
any fucking holidays.
But I'm just saying, at some point, you got to just say, all right, he's no longer a game time decision. He's doubtful.
He's pretty much out every week.
Yeah, he's doubtful.
He's being kept out.
Yeah, he's a healthy scratch.
Like, my dad literally purposely didn't call me on my birthday one year because I didn't call him.
Oh, my God, not this shit again.
I mean, fuck him. He had a stroke in 2015.
Let the birthday go, man.
He had a stroke in 2015, so who really won? Bitch.
All right, injuries. Kenny Pickett got injured versus the Texans. He's supposed to return this week.
Knee bruise.
DeMar Hamlin was active this week.
That has to stop being
This is one that's sad is Tre'Davious White, torn Achilles.
That as soon as he fell, he knew it was fucked up. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, I feel bad.
Top 5 corner when healthy. LSU product. Raiders passed on him. Raiders could have had a fucking Super Bowl by now.
All right, final points on week 4 that was and week 5 that is.
Niners and the Eagles are the 2 best teams in the NFC. And somebody has to beat the Chiefs. Like, the Ravens, I think, are getting there. Because Lamar's, like, 2nd in the league in completion percentage. And is playing the best ball of his career. He's not running.
I wouldn't say that, bro.
He's not running a ton. He's running when he needs to.
I wouldn't say he's playing the best ball of his career.
Hey, man, they shut out Cleveland's defense. Cleveland's defense only got 1 offensive touchdown all season. That's how great Cleveland's defense is. Their offense is some horseshit, but their defense is legit. It's just, how great can your defense be before it breaks down in today's modernized NFL? But the Ravens, apparently, like Marlon Humphreys and all the guys who've been injured, they all practiced for the first time this week. So the Ravens are going to be very interesting. And like Roquan Smith said, you're not a Raven until you beat the Steelers. So they're in my index as far as top teams. Boy, Desmond Ritter's ass. I thought you were right.
College football.
All right, college football. So peep this. Georgia has a cupcake punk ass schedule, and they're over here complaining about how
they barely beat Auburn.
Barely. 27-20. Barely. I can't even name their starting quarterback. Nor do I care.
Honestly, Auburn played well. I watched that game.
Well, yeah. I mean, Hugh Freeze is a good coach. But you got to factor in UNLV came in and clapped Vanderbilt, which, by the way, Vanderbilt's doing live construction on their stadium. They waited till the fucking season to start to do live construction on their stadium. Go back and check. Go back, look at the pictures. It's there. They did it stupidly. But, Vanderbilt, super smart school, right? Harvard of the South. Mm-hmm. There you go. So, USC, Bear, Colorado. Washington barely beat Arizona. Now, Arizona comes to, the Coliseum. USC's back home this week, so that's where I'll be Saturday night. This box opens at 4:30. So guess where I'm going to be at 4:30? Shout out to the press box dinners. Hey, man, if there's anything you learn in college, being in media, you learn how to get to free food. Because that's usually where you find people you never thought you'd have conversations with. I've had some interesting conversations with people over food. But anyway, USC's defense is still ass. Just a wet fucking, it's like it's an IV bag with a hole in it. That's USC's defense right there. Mason Cobb, I guess, had his best game, but honestly, John Davis and Eric Gentry should be the two linebackers on this team. Me personally, they got the speed and the functionality to match up and handle everything defensively, whether it's the run, the pass. Gentry is a Swiss Army knife, and he's really the linchpin to the middle of their defense. They're not the same defense when he's not out there. He should never come off the field. I guess he's finally healthy after that ankle injury. Arthur Macy, 6'6", 220. Kept him at some type of hybrid defensive end role, but I guess he'll just be an off-ball linebacker in the NFL. So we'll see. But, Colorado did what I thought they were going to do. Because, honestly, Deion's not the greatest strategist when it comes to coaching. Just go back and look at what he did at Jackson State. He depends a lot on the arm of Shadur Sanders and the playmaking ability of Travis Hunter. His adjustments aren't necessarily the best. But
shout out to them for talking that media beef out. That beef that media wanted them to have so bad.
The Colorado State safety?
Yep.
If he ends up at Colorado next year, I'm going to throw up.
I told you it wasn't that big of a deal. You were like, no, I would have killed his children and ate his babies.
I didn't say that.
I know. I'm exaggerating, but you were hot about it. You were simmering.
As a former player, I would have fucked his shit up. He would have left on a stretcher. If that was me.
Bro. It was between the lines.
But no. You and I both know.
Just like that Jerry Tillery hit, bro. Just like it's a similar situation,
because you got a history of condoning fucked up behavior on the field because y'all didn't do shit to Vontez.
God damn it. I missed my parlay by fucking 2 cold commit catches. And on the other one, I missed by fucking Yannick even got a sack.
Cool, but let's talk about how, y'all don't really retaliate against Vontaze. Why?
What do you mean?
When you and Wu in high school, y'all didn't really retaliate.
What does that mean?
What I'm saying is...
What does that have to do with anything that you're fucking talking about?
The correlation is y'all would just let fucked up shit happen to y'all teammates and not retaliate in game.
Okay, first off, we did retaliate in game. Second off, there wasn't any retaliating versus Vontaze Burfict. He was literally a fucking 6'4", 230-pound
He's not 6'4".
linebacker who was running a fucking
6'2".
4.6 at the time.
I heard 4.5, 4.4, but I don't think he was ever that fast.
No, he was that fast, bro.
4.4 fast?
They weren't training in fucking ASU, bro. I have sources on that.
They did.
Reliable
They ruined
sources.
a lot of Corona guys.
Reliable sources.
They ruined
bro.
a lot of Corona guys. You need to have them on this podcast so we can further flush out why the fuck
Let's let the statutes of limitations. Let's give it 2 more years where it's 10 years out.
Cool. I'm cool with that.
And the statute of limitations is
cool.
fast.
Can I shout out a former JV great baseball player's name?
Nah, man.
Not yet. Okay, that's fine.
My sources.
That's fine. That's fine. Totally, I respect that. We gonna get that. It's some conversation. I don't worry. I'm still got some shit working in the South Bay. A couple more stories coming. I'm probably be at the Lindale game tomorrow. I think they have a home game. They already started league play, but
and then plus at some point.
No, there's no retaliating against Vontaze. Man, that sounds
at some
weak to me.
point too, bro. You got to remember that team was already. That was a sorry version of the team.
That was the sorry Corona team.
That was the year before my sophomore year was.
JJ Taylor was fucking.
My
balling.
sophomore year was a year that they won the state open
with JJ.
Everything. That was the year they had Ryan Bass. That was the year they won everything.
With JJ, right?
That second year, so Vontez's senior year, they lost. They made it all the way again, but they lost.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that wasn't even the and so they were like
Final Form.
They were like the veteran team, and we were just kind of like the new guys on the block with an explosive offense, and they were like, oh well. They've never faced an offense with 4'6" receivers. Let's see what happens. And what happened was our quarterback got knocked out and our starting center got knocked out. And then at some point it was just us JV guys all playing. And they had brought guys down to beat us on JV too, just to send a message the day before.
That's the worst.
Anyways,
Englewood did that shit
senior year
to me.
That was a year where we were fucking hyped. We went in there fucking banging lockers, standing on the sideline. We thought we were fucking ready. And that was the end of it. Not the end of it, but
the end of that iteration.
That
cycle.
Exactly. So all the next guys were really young. They hadn't fully blossomed yet. And we were all veterans, 3-year guys.
With the stench of years of ass whoopings.
Exactly. And so that was supposed to be the year, but we still got our ass whooped.
So y'all never beat Corona Centennial.
Nobody's beating them from Corona in probably 15 years.
Shout out to Gardena High School. They beat San Pedro for the first time since 2004. I want y'all to think about that.
Dog, the Corona teams aren't
Gardena High School hasn't beaten fucking Santa Monica since 2004.
The Corona teams
and they did last week.
The Corona teams aren't even in the same league, and they were in the same league for 70 years. All the teams Andy played, those teams don't play anymore.
That's sad.
Norco, Santiago, and Corona are in their own league.
Is it Santee?
Santiago.
I was thinking of Santee High School. Never mind. It's different.
Santiago.
Maybe San Diego.
Santiago, Norco,
Blake Barnett,
and Corona are in a league with Temecula, Marietta teams, the B teams.
Marietta Valley?
No, the B teams.
Okay, so not Sewell Craven's former high school.
The B teams of that area.
Mm-hmm.
And Centennial and Roosevelt are in the A bracket of that area with the Marietta and the Temecula. So that school that you're talking about is in their league.
Marietta Valley.
I think so, yeah. So
this is really just.
But even before when I played, we made a super league because we took in the Riverside teams, which we had never done before.
Which is a lot.
And the Riverside teams, JW North at the time, had just won their division, which was like 4 or 5 or 6. They had just won a CIF championship.
They had a hell of a track team, too.
And that was when Kawhi had just made his run at King. So it was like we called it the Big A. Like, it was like a super league.
Killer side.
But the thing is, we scraped the fuck out of all those teams. Like the Corona team scraped the fuck out of the Riverside team. So it was never really even. And then eventually, like 3 years after I graduated, that league broke up.
So what you're saying is your dominance over Riverside teams actually fucked up Riverside high school football for decades to come.
I mean, somebody went to Poly. I think Reggie Miller went to Poly. But they haven't been good at anything probably
That's
since then.
Reggie Miller, though, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
that says nothing.
That team hasn't been good at anything since then.
That's not saying shit. Yeah. That's like, DeAnthony Thomas with the Crenshaw. Okay.
I'm trying to remember where Barry Bonds went to high school.
Oh, fuck.
He might have went to Poly, too.
He definitely went on some Valley shit.
No, he's from Riverside, fool.
So then it was Ronnie Lott that went to a Valley school.
Nah, he's from Fontana, fool. He's from Eisenhower, Doug.
Goddamn.
Ike, Doug.
You gotta stop. It's fucked up because I know exactly where that is.
Yeah. My cousin was there.
No, just from that dialect alone, I know exactly what kind of person you're talking about. That's the fucked up part. But high school is like, oh shit. I remember it was a dude, Jason Shirley. Do you remember him?
Mm-mm.
He was a linebacker who was at UCLA but then went to Washington. He actually ended up being really good. I think he went to Fontana. It was the same class with like Paul Richardson.
I guess he moved to the Bay at that point. He went to Sarah and the Bay.
Shirley?
It's talking about his son. No, Unipearl.
Yeah.
Not this one though.
Yeah, I know. There's the goat Sarah and then Unipearl Sarah that nobody cares about.
I think they're both.
There's 3
Unipearl.
Sarahs, bro. There's too many Sarah high schools in the state of California.
I think they're both Unipearl.
They are, but we only count the Gardena one. Let's be honest. But there's too many Unipearl Sarah high schools in California, and I blame colonialism. Y'all got to change your fucking names, bro. There's a fucking Sarah in the Bay.
That dude got canceled too, I think.
Yeah, he did, but like years later after the fact. So change your fucking names of your high school.
Like 3 years ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not like years after, like generations.
But like, change your fucking high school name, bro. Like, there's too many of you. There's too many Sarah high schools in California, and I'm tired of finding out there's like 80. There's like 80 you motherfuckers, bro. Change your name. You're not all at great sports.
I forgot how we got on a fucking IE tangent, but let's get back to college football.
Because college football and all these cats go to the same schools in Arizona State.
All right, we're back.
But also, yeah, the Pac-12 is having its best season probably ever, and all these teams, somebody's going to end up with like 3 losses. Probably USC, the way their defense is playing.
How bad is UCLA going to get dog walked this weekend?
Are they playing Wazoo?
Mm-hmm.
They might get fucking 70 skunked.
Wu gave me a ticket, so I guess I'm going.
You have to go.
Just to see the quarterback, honestly. I was like,
Dante Moore's really good. Cam Ward's a beast, though. He's going to be in the NFL roster.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know. But then I was like, yeah, fuck it. Wazoo's good this year.
Cam Ward might be a future Raiders backup.
I was like, it's 12 a.m. It's a 12 p.m. game, so I'll be done by 5.
They're going to be out of there. That game's going to be over before it starts, trust me. Wazoo's not
I'll be wasted.
Wazoo's not fucking playing around with anybody this year. They've been popping a lot of shit, and they're mad after what happened at that bowl game, getting embarrassed by Jake Hayner's Fresno Skate squad. So they've been out for blood all season. They don't play USC this year, though. Yeah. Like, the fact that the SEC is just so trash with who they're playing. Now, James Madison is undefeated and ranked and won't, because they're transitioning to FBS full-time, they don't get to play in a bowl game, and neither does Jacksonville State, which is 5-1. And they just clapped, I think, Kent State. So, like, these teams can end up 11-1 and 12-0, and they won't actually get to play in the playoffs, which kind of sucks. There's a lot of schools kind of, like Sam Houston State, there's a lot of schools transitioning to D1, so they don't get to actually be partake in bowl games this year.
You talked about it in our group chat earlier this week, but I kind of like that idea of kind of adopting the soccer Premier League structure as far as like relegation and like which teams play which teams and which teams can qualify for which cups. Like, I kind of like that idea.
Thanks.
Especially, well, you didn't create the idea. Boise State athletic director put the deal up. Mountain West is considering it with the adoption of Washington State and Oregon State. But I think overall, I think that would actually be a great system for college football.
I spearheaded it.
And honestly, I think if they did do something like that, you would see a lot more of the rivalry games, like even earlier. And I think that would also be good for college football.
I just want to point out, been the only person pounding the table for the Pac-12 to like merge with the Mountain West. Like the only person. Nobody in national media was doing it.
It's not really a merger. There's two teams that they're going to adopt. If you consider that a merger, technically the Big Ten is a bigger merger because they're actually taking more of the Pac-12.
I said this 10 years ago. Got laughed out rooms.
But it's not a merger.
Now it's not, but like the Pac-12 has automatic qualifier status.
If I take two of your fingers, I can't say I took your limb.
It's two fingers.
I took two of your fingers.
But if I take two fingers off the hand that lost
if someone else took four fingers, then they clearly have more of the hand than you do. So it's like
if four different people take four fingers,
technically,
and I leave the middle finger, and you take my middle finger, you took my hand. It's like if somebody comes in and drinks all the juice and leaves a fucking drop left, and you drink the last drop of the orange juice, motherfucker, you drank the last of the juice. You get blamed, even though the other motherfucker gets away scot-free because you drank 98% of the juice, but you drank the last 2%.
But I think
so you get blamed.
I think in your metaphor, though, what you're talking about is taking that one drop of orange juice and using it to make a mimosa and calling it a mimosa, even though it's really just champagne.
With one drop of orange juice.
With one drop of orange coloring.
But here's the problem. That was the last of the orange juice. So one drop of orange juice is better than no orange juice.
Okay, I'm not doubting that.
But it feels the same.
What I'm saying is you're calling it a mimosa, though. It's really just champagne with a yellow tint.
Hey, man. If I got a gun with one bullet, but it's jammed, and a gun with no bullets, I still got a gun with one bullet in it, right? Even if it's jammed. Still dangerous, but that's my point. Like,
you smack someone with it and shoot yourself.
Yeah, it's
probably fucking kills you.
Like, fucking cheddar bob yourself.
But if there's no bullet in it, then you don't gotta worry about that.
Yeah, you can't. You get pistol whipped to death. That's your fault. Like, you can fight them back and pistol whip them back, but like, if you get shot while you get pistol whipped.
Well,
anyway,
we're in a warm up.
Bottom line is, the way college football is going, it's looking wide open. Alabama's ass. Texas might lose to OU, or OU might beat Texas, but it won't matter. Only matters for who might win the Big 12 title game. I don't think
whatever team survives the Pac-12.
I could tell, like, wherever Nikki is, her ears are probably perking up with rage because I said Oklahoma and Texas in the sentence. So she's probably, like, just fiending hard about that. We'll have to hear her take next week after the results of the Red River rivalry shootout. Say that 3 times fast. But, yeah, man. So, North Carolina wide receiver. I just fucking get his name wrong. So, he pretty much was denied eligibility by the NCAA, and then the NCAA came out and said North Carolina didn't tell us all this information about it. He was moving back home to be with his sick grandmother. And had they done that, we would have gave him instant eligibility, but it took like everybody shitting on them. And Mac Brown, who now, like, the further he gets away from Texas, the further he's become one of my favorite coaches. He like took a huge shit on the NCAA, what they did, and like this dude got injured and didn't get to play at like 2 schools. And one school folded their whole season, and it's like he shouldn't have eligibility taken away from him Tez Walker. There we go. So the NCAA said, "Oh, we got new information, so now you're eligible." Now he can potentially,
NCAA shit for sure.
Now he can potentially have NFL caliber season. I think he should have 2 more years of eligibility left, because technically he transferred twice, but the school he was at literally canceled their fucking football program. So what are you gonna do? But yeah, when it really comes down to it, USC really has to beat Arizona, because to that Colorado game, Lincoln Riley was like, "We got to do better." Now you're realizing, oh shit, that Washington game is coming up very quickly. We're already in October. November is right around the corner. Fuck around and find out you can't look past Notre Dame. You have to beat Utah decisively. You're already slipping. You're I think they're 8th in the AP polls. They've already slipped 3 times. They have to win decisively against Utah. It's the same opponent as Washington. They're going to have to beat Oregon. They're going to have to beat Washington. But it's it's murderer's row from here on out. And your defense is just, when I asked him when Stanford got 196 yards rushing on USC, and I'm like, not worried about that? And then he gave his answer. Well, technically, we only gave up 3 points, blase. I'm like, look, man, it's one thing to give up 196 yards rushing to Stanford when you were beating them 42-3, and you called the dogs off and only won 56-10, when you probably should have put 80 points on them. But the national media is just not going to respect USC until they actually start playing good defense. And there's rumors coming out to where Caleb Williams could just say, fuck it, I'll stay in college and make even more money than an NFL rookie and come back to USC for my senior year. Fuck around and find out. And if he does that, can't really blame him. Because, who wants to play for the Arizona Cardinals? But also, the Bears have the 1st and 2nd overall pick as it stands.
Not much better.
So it's I might as well come back to college. And then Lincoln Riley, if you don't get a national title out of Caleb Williams, and he comes back for a 3rd year at USC, you're on the hot seat now. Because Miller Moss is not the guy. I'm sorry. Great human being, though. Malachi Nelson, still kind of too early. Zachariah Branch definitely might leave after his junior year.
All right, bro.
Hey, man, there's a lot of storylines this week. Don't get mad at me.
I know, and you're just harping on USC. You get it.
Because the Pac-12 conference
has a lot of turmoil. You're nitpicking a win, bro.
No, they could lose this week, actually. Mississippi State beat LSU, by the way, which is hilarious. LSU, was a top 5 team a couple weeks ago. Getting clapped by Mississippi State, 55-49.
Well, when I called that game out last week, you were like, oh, it's probably a blowout. LSU will blow them out.
I mean,
said that.
I did, but LSU sucks now, so it doesn't matter. I think they have 2 or 3 losses. Doesn't matter. So if they happen to beat Alabama, it's such a down year for the SEC that, you legitimately have to have 2 Pac-12 teams in the playoff now. And the ACC's hot ass. Notre Dame beat Duke, but it's Duke. So it's what are you going to do? Kentucky, if Kentucky finds a way to upset Georgia after beating Florida, that would be hilarious. Louisville's 5-0. They're a team to look out for. And I think they could definitely upset Notre Dame because Notre Dame's offense just ain't there. I don't know how Mizzou's ranked 21st. That's some wild shit. But, yeah, also, no fucking way Urban Meyer should be even considered to be the head coach at Michigan State. If that's the case, I mean,
yeah, with all the
you're pretty much legalizing.
They've had,
you're legalizing rape and domestic violence.
All the institutional bullshit they've had. I don't think you could have.
He's
Meyer there.
The worst person. Literally, I'm saying this and I mean it. You hire Urban Meyer, you're pretty much just saying it's okay to rape and beat up women at Michigan State. Because that's the culture he fucking provides. And criminality, by the way. Let's not act like his ledger's clean. Please don't. Because Florida, Ohio State is enough of a fucking reason. And then what he did at the Jaguars, like there's no integrity in the programs that he runs. He damn near ruined a generational talent in Trevor Lawrence. But you want this dude in Michigan State. This isn't like when I forget what school hired Rick Pitino.
Honestly, I think it's more of just fucking show fodder. I think it's just media driven shit.
Nah, man.
I don't think anyone would seriously. I don't think anyone
sure
at Michigan State would seriously reach out to Urban Meyer.
You sure about that? Can you prove that?
No.
Do you honestly think Urban Meyer wouldn't take it?
I mean, he always says he's not considering anything, and then he
was the fucking Jags head coach, right?
Yeah.
When a lot of y'all said that was a good idea, I was like, this is going to be the worst choice in NFL history. And it was.
It's definitely up there.
Saying, like, Urban Meyer's a piece of shit, and everywhere he goes is going to be a piece of shit. So I feel bad for any women working on his staff that he doesn't want to fuck. Because, boy, you're probably going to get it just as bad. That's just not an environment I'd want to be in if I was a female. So, and what they're going through with the aftermath of Larry Nassar, and just a lot of shit. Like Michigan East Lansing is not a great place to be right now. Yeah, that should be stomped out. Like that news should just be like, no, they need to release a statement. Under no circumstances are we ever planning to ever hire Urban Meyer as our head coach. And if you don't say that, that means you are considering him. Maybe not right now, but when the dust settles and you make it through this season. Think about it. He goes from Ohio State to Michigan State and turns East Lansing into a powerhouse. He could pop with some NCAA violations as if that means anything anymore. Well, they started NIL collective at Michigan State. Michigan State's getting 5-star recruits and shit for no reason. They're owning the transfer portal. Everybody's saying, oh, my God, he's doing what Deion and Lincoln Riley did. Just imagine it. Just imagine it. And then imagine a whole offseason of people saying, oh, this won't happen. That's not true. Okay. Y'all keep thinking colleges really care about these kids. Y'all keep thinking that shit. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep thinking the colleges for the protection of young minds. You keep thinking that and think it's not a fucking business. How about this? Just don't send your kid to college, and then you tell me how that works out. But anyway, on to other news.
Yeah. Just trying to take my screen protector off.
I was like, you picked the worst possible time to do that.
Fucked up my fingernail.
I know you did. You picked the worst possible time.
I never get screen protectors, so I don't know how to take them off.
Really? You've never had a screen protector?
No. What the fuck is the point of having $1,000 phone to put a $10 piece of plastic on it?
A lot. Have you seen my phone?
Yeah, man. That's the first time I've broken my screen. I lied. I broke my screen on my 11 like a year and a half ago.
You definitely.
But
it was like not the reason why your phone didn't work.
Yeah, no, because I got it fixed. I got it fixed like twice.
Yeah.
It broke like twice in the same month, and I was going to trade it in anyways. And then finally it broke, and I traded it in anyways. Yeah, anyways, phone trauma. Touchdown or turnover, right?
I think I might get a new phone. I don't know. This one fixed.
Don't do it, dude.
I don't fucking want to pay $600 for a new iPhone. I don't want to.
You need it,
I don't want to.
Your phone's 4 years old, man.
The worst part is I'm going to keep this phone even when I get a new one. So I might as well get the fucking screen fixed anyway.
No, you should just trade. Well, you should probably do that so you could trade it in, but I don't think you're going to get the. Is that a Pro?
It's the fucking regular 11.
Yeah, you're not going to get that much for it.
Exactly.
Probably get like $300
That's
for
my
it.
problem. And if I go to T-Mobile, they're going to fuck me.
Fucked up my finger, bro.
If I go to Verizon, they're going to fuck me too. So it's like I'm just stuck with this phone.
You're really not getting fucked, dude. You're going to get a phone for $20 a month, a brand new iPhone that actually works and has way more. You're not going from a 13 to a 15. You're going from 11 to a 15. Like, there's a lot.
said I
There's a
wanted a
lot of
15?
features. There's a lot of features.
Oh, God.
That's your problem.
They don't have a fucking charging port,
That's
right?
your problem.
Which one doesn't have a charging port? Because like
No, it has a different charging port. It has a USB charging port. It doesn't have the
the wall.
No, it has a USB charging port. It doesn't have a lightning port.
Wait, did it always have a USB charging port?
No, it had the lightning port, which is this one, the one that uses the one with the white shit on it.
So like what I have plugged up right now.
So now it's going to use the regular USB cords that you use for everything else.
So they just made it less difficult after all these fucking years?
Well, they had to. They lost a lawsuit. Basically saying that was...
It's the word I'm looking for. Planned obsolescence?
No.
Which
it
is
was
illegal.
something along the lines of a competitive advantage. Like, you can't monopolize your charging port.
Because then why
'Cause
would
it's
I
just-
need the phone if I can't fucking charge it?
No, it's because every other device uses the same thing, and you're using something different, not because it's better, but just because you want to sell your own shit. I wasn't having it. So Europe has way better consumer protection policies, so usually
Yeah, we know.
they call out shit over there, and then it kind of travels this way. So I think their iPhone last year actually had the USB port.
So what you're telling me is I'm going to spend a whole check, and I'm going to spend probably half a check on a new phone.
Just finance it. It's like $20 a month, dude. Cancel your Netflix. You've been saying you're going to cancel for 9 months. There you go. Oh,
You asked for
just
my
got phone money.
password.
And you still haven't given it to me. It's been 6 weeks.
It hasn't been 6 weeks since
You've
you
lived here
asked
for
me.
6 weeks, dog. I've been asking you since the first. I asked you the week before. You got me developing a stutter, bro.
No, you've always had a stutter.
See, man.
You always had a
No,
stutter.
I didn't.
Don't put that shit on me.
No, I didn't. I never had a
you
stutter.
can't say words, bro. You've always had a stutter.
Yeah, I can't say words, but I don't have a stutter.
You had a slight stutter.
That's fucked up.
That's
dude.
Gaston shit.
That's fucked up. Don't get me started on your feet, bro.
My feet are fine.
Fine's a stretch, but all right.
I mean, my feet are fine.
All right.
I might have a dislocated part of my foot. I don't know.
All right.
It's not Dion bad. But
Anyways.
it's like, I should probably go to a podiatrist.
Anyways.
Get my foot and leg cracked. I haven't been on a fucking chiropractor in like 4 months. It's bad. Like, I know he's going to be like, fuck, bro, all that progress.
All right. So, touchdown or turnover. First up, the NFL union revised their gambling policy. Lions Jameson Williams is supposed to be reinstated. Touchdown or turnover.
I mean, no.
I think it's a touchdown just because it's more clear. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily still agree with it, but
Want to bet?
At least it's more clear.
You're just going to overlap the
There's
joke.
a lot. I got it. There's a lot less room for interpretation.
Nicholas Petit Frere, or whatever the fuck his name is, the tackle, he also is eligible too.
All right. Mac Jones to remain
Who?
Patriots starter despite
Playing
getting
like
benched 38-3 against the Cowboys. Touchdown or turnover.
That man like he want to cry.
What do you think Zeke felt? That's his fault, man. He should have went to the Chargers.
Could have went to the
Or the
Raiders.
Ravens.
Could have went to the Raiders.
Or Raiders, yeah.
Could have went to the Dolphins.
I don't know why he went to New England, bro.
Where running backs go to die. And you're not even like an elusive back like that anymore.
I mean, he kind of never was, but yeah, he definitely is not now.
Like you're not even like a James
he's not
White
like a
kind
he's
of
not like a
elusive
full
back.
like he's not a full
He's not a jitterbug.
he's not a full Yang to Stevenson's Yang.
They're both really the same running back at different points of their careers.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Stevenson was never as explosive as Zeke was. All that shit's gone and over with.
All right, the Patriots signed JC. Didn't they trade for him? They traded
for JC Jackson. He has some legal stuff going on. The Chargers agreed to pay his $12 million salary.
That was one of the worst fucking free agent acquisitions in recent memory.
Not as bad as the Broncos
That's
cutting
almost,
Randy Gregory.
That JC Jackson shit is almost as bad as Chandler Jones.
Now Chandler Jones is tops.
It's almost as bad.
Because Yannick is balling.
Because JC got hurt last year.
He got hurt
and he
twice.
was trash before he got hurt. And then he got hurt again this year. And, yeah.
But here's the thing.
And they paid him top corner money. He was at the prime of his career in his late 20s, up to his best season.
Don't pay Patriots corners top dollar unless they're Asante Samuel. Come on now.
Fair enough.
Could have told you that. But you got to factor in. Gregory is the worst one because he didn't do shit. The Broncos just cut him.
Yep.
5-year, $70 million deal, all that money guaranteed. Poof.
Pass rush has been trash.
They haven't had a pass rush.
Exactly.
Shit. So trying to fucking run around a porta potty in 5 seconds. Impossible.
Come on, man. All right. Take your tangent.
Oh, yeah, first round pick, the Oregon corner, Christian Gonzales, out for the year. That torn labrum. That's why that trade went through.
Chandler Jones was arrested for violating his protective order. He was also released by the Raiders last week. Take your tangent on Chandler Jones.
I hope he gets the help he needs. It's one of the worst trades in NFL history. And
You mean signings?
Signings. No, they traded.
Come on, Mr. Transactions.
They traded, what's his face? They traded Yannick and then signed him. But one of the worst signings ever, free agency-wise. Just ever. Never produced, other than that Patriots game.
I think the only thing that makes it worse...
Because Yannick is balling?
No, fuck that. Well, the thing that makes it worse...
Yannick had more sacks than Max that year, by the way.
Talking about last year, I don't think he did. He started off
2 years ago when he was on the team. His 1 year with the Raiders.
Yes,
he had 10 sacks.
He had one more sack than Matt.
Half a sack, but still, he was playing. Max was playing.
Max wasn't Max yet, though. He was still Crosby. He wasn't first name Max yet.
Well, now he needs to be the full-time right defensive end. That left defensive end shit is over with. Let Tyree Wilson and Kuntz be on that side. Can't be an elite pass rusher if you never go against left tackles every play. I don't want to hear it.
That's kind of been Khalil Mack.
Bullshit.
I mean, Khalil Mack has played both sides, but he's played a lot.
Could play middle linebacker if you wanted to, too.
But he's played a lot of left end.
But he played a lot of right end,
He's played more left end than he's played right end in his career.
Nah, he played right end in Chicago. Outside linebacker in Chicago. Like, what's his face? Leonard Floyd played a lot of left end.
I don't know about that one, sir.
They switched to a 3-4.
I don't know about that one, sir.
Shit didn't work. When he got to the Chargers, he's played a lot.
No, he played a lot on that. Honestly, that's when they first kind of started doing that, is when Khalil Mack started doing it. Because they were like, well, instead of trying to put our best pass rusher against their best end.
Nah, it's Von Miller shit. No.
Let's put our, well, yeah. I mean,
give Von his flowers.
You could say Von started it, but I mean, they're only a year apart.
Honestly, Aaron Donald.
They're only 2 years apart.
No, they're not 2 years apart. Von's been in the league like 15 years.
Are you serious? What year was he drafted for?
2011.
Okay. What year was Khalil Mack drafted?
2014. That's 3 years.
Yeah, but Khalil Mack was also old for his draft class. So they're really only
he was a 4-year senior.
They're really only a year and a half apart in age. It might even only be a year apart in age, honestly.
I mean, so what? Nah, that's 2011, bro. And he was an under.
You wanna take back what you said yet?
Von was an underclassman. He was
You want to take back what you said, bro?
Nah, I'm gonna just let you have it.
Chicago, he played left outside linebacker for 3 years.
He played some right too.
Out of 4 in Chicago.
Okay.
He didn't play right outside linebacker until that last year when he got hurt.
Point is, that's the fad in the league now. Just take your best pass rusher and move him up against the right tackle.
But I think the difference.
But that's all Max. That's where all Max sacks come from.
But I think the difference with why I give it to Khalil Mack versus Von Miller is those first couple years Von had DeMarcus Ware, so it was kind of a luxury to do that. Raiders didn't have no one across from Khalil Mack, and they were like, "Well, let's just put our best versus their worst and see what the fuck happens."
Shit, he was beating up left tackles too.
But yeah.
That's what people forget. He was beating up left tackles, having 4 sacks with the best run grade as a defensive player, period.
All right, Patrick Mahomes becomes the fastest QB to get to 200 touchdown passes in NFL history. Touchdown. Take or tangent?
Just goated. Enough said.
Enough said. All right, fair or fade?
Ooh, I've been waiting on this one.
Chase Claypool went to the media before Thursday night's game. I think it was like Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
He said the Bears are not using him right to the best of his abilities.
Said no.
The Bears didn't deny that they were shopping him. So fair or fade?
Man, cut that bum. What I tell you about these light-skinned Canadian dudes.
That's the problem.
The problem is light-skinned Canadian dudes been really thinking they hot shit just because of Drake. And Drake out here looking like a full-fledged buffoon with some of the shit he been doing. People need to
think about it, bro. That second-round pick could have got you Puka.
Ain't nobody taking Puka in the second round.
Well, no, maybe they should have.
Fuck out of here. No,
maybe they should have.
He was drafted exactly where he was supposed to go. That
Either
was his
way,
skill
he's
set.
having like literally the best rookie season
because of the system he's in. He's not doing that shit on the Chiefs.
I don't know. You sound like
he's not doing that shit on the Texans or the Patriots.
You sound like a really fucking hater right now, bro. It's kind
No,
of
I'm
disgusting.
not.
This might be the worst. This might be your worst take of all time, bro.
You did not watch Puka not one fucking snap of him in college.
No,
I did.
I didn't.
Followed him since high school. He went to the perfect spot for him. If he went anywhere else, it wouldn't be work. It wouldn't work.
Plays.
Yeah, but if he went anywhere else,
you can't say
happening.
that. It's just his system, bro. He's making plays,
bro. That system is perfect for his skill set.
Beyond that, he's still making plays, bro.
Yes, but when a system is perfect for your skill set,
but the way you're saying it
makes everything else.
The way you're saying it,
like Tutu Atwell's having a career year.
The way you're saying it, though, is undermining the success that he's having because Tutu Atwell is in his second year, third year.
Okay, so
and he wasn't even
by Puka's numbers, he should have been the first receiver off the board.
Smelling half of that.
By Puka's numbers, he's the best receiver in this draft.
I mean, you could say that.
So you should have taken him first overall.
Maybe.
You're smoking crack.
Maybe.
You're fucking smoking crack.
Maybe.
That's like Alfred Morris. Oh, you should have fucking took Alfred Morris in the first round. Nobody knew he was going to rush for 1,600 yards.
Totally
he had a 4.7, and nobody was thinking he was going to rush for 1,600
totally
yards.
Different, bro.
You didn't watch Alfred Morris either.
Yes, I did. I watched him with the Commanders.
As in college?
No, I didn't. Exactly. I don't watch college
That's
football.
my point. These guys do great. They come into a system and are allowed to produce immediately. Like, you don't try to fit him into something. Like, the Rams didn't try to fit him into something. They said, you are great with your route running and your hands. We're going to give you a chance to run routes, get open, catch the fucking ball, and give you a lot of catches. That's what you're great at. Then maybe year 2, 3, you develop into something even better. But, like,
dog, I don't think you've been watching him play, though.
I have been watching him play.
I don't think you've been watching him play,
I work for the fucking NFL.
And you went to sleep at 2 o'clock, so try again.
I didn't go to sleep. I went to sleep at 3:45.
You already told on yourself.
Fuck you. I went to sleep at 3:45.
You already told on yourself.
I went to sleep at 3:45.
Okay, then, so why were you making commentary about the end of the Raiders game? You didn't even watch it.
I did watch it, sadly.
You did, because you were asleep. You just said you went to sleep at 3:45.
I didn't watch it live.
You see? You see how you
I never said I watched the Raiders.
You walked over here with hot commentary, bro, about the last 2 minutes of the game, bro.
Because I watched it on my phone because I have NFL Plus, duh. I went back and watched it.
The replay is not even live that fast, bro. But
hey, homie, guess what? I got links you don't get because I work for the league.
Okay.
I get links you don't get.
Okay.
So I went back and watched some shit.
You're totally fucking capping, bro.
I'm definitely not.
You're capping.
I'm definitely not. I'm privy to certain things you're not.
Bro, you've already been on record on this podcast multiple times saying you don't watch football on Sundays.
I was literally at work watching football.
I'm just saying.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You've been on record multiple times.
In the past.
Multiple times.
Because I was working dishwashing jobs.
So you like to bring
I was working dishwashing jobs.
That's what I'm saying.
As fuck when
so
I went
that's
home.
what I'm saying. No, you had Sundays off too, bro. Don't act like you work every Sunday for fucking 6 years, bro. Don't put that into your fucking autobiography because that's fucking cap. That's fucking cap,
70-30?
No,
it was about a 60-40.
Maybe.
It was a 60-40.
Maybe 55-45.
Nah, it was a hard 60-40.
No, it wasn't, bro. You were off on a lot of Sundays not doing shit, bro.
Tired as fuck. Slept through the day. Slept until 2 p.m. Woke up.
That's not the same thing as working, bro. That was a choice.
I worked that night. I always work Saturday nights.
Bro. That was a choice.
I always work Saturday nights.
You can sleep anytime, any place, any situation. So that's, again, not really an excuse, bro.
But the bottom line is I saw the whole.
But what I'm saying is,
TVs
no.
I watched the whole Rams game.
What I'm saying is,
so fuck you mean.
What I'm saying is, you have this whole thing where you keep pointing out, I don't watch college football, and I told you that many times. I don't give a fuck.
No, but you don't know shit about these players.
Give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
You don't know anything about these players.
I don't give a fuck.
And you're telling me,
I don't give a fuck.
Like you know who Puka Nacua was.
I don't give a fuck.
What was he coming out of high school? You didn't know.
Listen to me, bro.
You don't give a fuck.
Listen to me.
You don't give a fuck. I know.
I don't give a fuck about what you're saying right now. What I'm saying, you're not even listening to me, bro. You're just arguing.
I'm not arguing.
Yes, you're literally arguing. You're not letting me finish talking, bro.
Facts.
You're literally arguing about arguing now, bro.
No, I'm stating facts.
Oh my God.
State your facts. Go ahead. Or lack thereof.
Kenny, you always are so quick to point out that I don't watch college football.
And then I dick ride dudes when they get into the league.
And I say yes. I say, who the fuck do I dick ride in the league?
You're dick riding Puka right now.
Who the fuck? I'm not even dick riding Puka. I'm stating the facts. He's been making fucking plays, bro.
You're saying he should have been the first receiver taken in a.
I didn't say that. I said you could say that. People are.
No
can't
one
say
would
that.
say that. That would be a horrible thing to say,
that, bro.
No, that's
he's literally doing shit that no one's ever done through 5 games
because they don't know ball. To say Puka should have been a first-round pick.
All right, Kenny,
you didn't watch him play at BYU.
You're just arguing, bro. You're literally arguing 3 things right now, saying you're not arguing. First point that I'm trying to make is you always point to the fact that I don't watch college football. I agree with that. I don't stray away from that. I don't say that I do. But then you're so quick to fucking cap and be like, yeah, I watch every single NFL game. Like, no, you don't, bro.
I never said that.
No, you don't.
I openly admit I don't watch every game.
You openly admitted that you had NFL Plus all last year and you weren't even watching it.
I didn't have NFL Plus last year.
You openly admitted that to me. That's why you offered me it, because you were like, "Oh yeah, we had it. I don't even use it.
NFL Plus free.
And I don't even have, and I don't even use it.
I was given NFL Plus free for this season. I didn't get it last year.
You told me last year. You were like, "Yeah, we had the links."
No, I said
I never even used it.
I said no. There are live links I can watch the games.
That's besides the point.
But I said I didn't do it.
Either way,
I said I didn't do it.
Besides the point, again. And you just started working Sunday, so the whole, I work for the NFL, and there's 8 newsrooms on the TV. Again, that's fucking propaganda, bro. Like, you're just sitting here spewing out propaganda.
No, I'm not.
You watch NFL when you can watch it, period. I watch college football when I can watch it, period. Like,
no, you go to college football games. Otherwise, you don't watch it. You go to the game.
watch college football.
You watch USC, Colorado for clout. Which is okay.
I watch college football.
Okay.
Not regularly. I don't go out of my way to watch it, but if I'm not doing shit, I will put college football on. I didn't even have open air TV like I did now last year.
You watched the TCU Colorado game, and that was kind of funny. The commentary you were giving me via text, like.
I've honestly been watching college football this year. Like, these past 4 weeks.
Like a lot. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
It's because I have more bandwidth for obvious reasons.
I mean, stop bringing.
See, is that so hard to say? It's just say,
no,
you don't know ball. You don't know ball.
No,
bro, I'm not even begging the table for Puka. All I'm saying is he's having a great year.
You're co-signing a point that motherfuckers who don't know ball.
I'm not co-signing a point. I'm bringing out the point. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Okay, as long as you don't co-sign it, the stupid motherfuckers will be in my DMs on Twitter and be like, Puka should have been a top 5 pick. You stupid bitch. You don't even know his 40 time. You didn't even watch him at BYU. BYU was ass. Why the fuck would he be a first round pick coming out of BYU? You motherfuckers just see shit and be like, "Oh, he would have been great." You didn't even watch him. You don't know shit about him. You didn't know what he was coming out of high. He was actually, I think, the #1 receiver in the country coming out of high school. But everybody knew, like, he's a slot guy. He's not like he wasn't like Robert Woods.
He's a possession guy.
Yeah, he wasn't like Robert Woods, but like this motherfucker's a grown man.
But what I'm saying
as
is,
a freshman.
What I'm saying is though, your whole point about him being a possession receiver is void.
No, he's perfect.
By one thing.
Perfect for that offense.
By one thing.
He's perfect for the Rams offense.
It's void by one thing.
What does he get? 3rd round pick? 4th?
This is like a 5th round pick.
Something like that. Either way, it was perfect. He went to the perfect spot for him. Some guys shouldn't get drafted, and then they end up in a great place.
Your point, what I'm saying though, is your point is voided. CC Allen Robinson. He didn't do shit in the Rams system last year.
Hey, dog, that's not fair.
He didn't do shit in the Rams system.
He's falling off the face of the earth. I don't even think he's active on game days for the fucking.
He was the first 2 weeks. He had a good first game. He had an okay
Canada
second game.
Is ruining that offense. They got like 8 receivers that are all nice, and they're just not getting burned.
But I'm just pointing that out because you're just saying like, oh yeah, you put any possession receiver in there. And Allen Robinson has better measurables than Puka could ever dream of.
Allen Robinson also is a Pro Bowl receiver, and he literally was not getting the ball in Chicago, and he's not getting the ball for the Rams.
He was getting targets with the Rams, bro. There was games where he was getting 10 targets and only catching like 2 of them,
Cooper was always the guy, though. Cooper was always the guy. And he's never played second fiddle like that.
The point that I'm making is you're saying that you could just plug in any possession receiver in and he's going to be good.
I didn't say that.
Well, that's what it sounds like you're saying.
I said Puka had the perfect circumstances, and that's why it's working. If you put him on the Raiders, he's not getting more targets than
when the Rams signed Allen Robinson, we thought he was going to a perfect situation, and it was a bust.
Because Stafford
so
got
you
hurt,
gotta give him credit for
apart.
Putting it together because he's not just fucking catching balls and going out of bounds. Like, he's catching contested balls. He's finding spaces in the zones. He's finding places in the zones. He's finding ways to get extra yards.
And that's his whole skill set. That's what he's been doing since high school. He's been doing that since high school. Nobody's shocked by that who watched him play.
Yeah, except for this is 2 levels up, bro.
Him and Tutu
Atwell was not doing this last year or the year before.
Tutu Atwell always had somebody in front of him, and they played him out like a
even
returner.
when he was starting at the end of the season, he wasn't doing
the best
this, bro.
ball he's playing.
Bro,
right
he's
now.
been buried behind Van Jefferson for 2 years.
Who still hasn't taken the next step,
bro?
Who still hasn't taken the next step?
I don't know why you can't just let Puka get some credit, bro.
No, he's their best player right now,
man.
He's their best player. Not named Aaron Donald.
Hate on a Polynesian player so bad, man.
First off, I don't hate.
It's sad. I'm defending Puka right now. Like, what the fuck just happened, dog?
You guys are dick riding unnecessarily.
I'm not dick riding him, bro.
I'm saying you're dick riding a point that people shouldn't dick ride.
I think you're mad because you didn't get him in any of your fantasy leagues.
No, I actually have him in like 3 fantasy leagues.
You do?
2. Yeah. I have him in a couple fantasy leagues. I
won
last week. No, but I'm saying people say that like the same way when I was like, damn, the Raiders passed on Deebo Samuels and the Raiders passed on Jonathan Taylor. And you're like, yeah, no shit, they passed on everybody. I'm like, no, like these dudes were strategically great fits for what they want to run, and they fucking passed on them. And now they look stupid because the same thing they complain about they don't have offensively, you keep passing on it in the draft. That's why they don't have any good linebackers except Divine Diablo.
So you're telling me if Justin Fields had a reliable dude who could get open for 6 to
if he had a better offensive line
every play, you're telling me that wouldn't make him any better than having fucking Chase Claypool who's dropping bubble screens? You're telling me
Chase
that would be
always ass.
You're gonna look me in the eye.
I was never pro Chase Claypool, especially coming out of Notre Dame. He dropped passes out of Notre Dame.
Going back to the original point that I made was.
I've never.
You could have used that second pick on Puka, and that's when you got into your whole propaganda of like, then you're gonna say Puka's gonna go in the first round, blah blah blah.
He was never.
Fuck all that. Fuck
going
all
in
that.
the first 3 rounds.
Fuck all that. Fuck all that.
He was never going in the first 3 rounds.
Fuck all that. Fuck all that.
Nobody expected this out of him.
Fuck all that. Fuck all that.
He's exceeded expectations.
Okay, yes. Fuck all that though. Just knowing ball. I just told you. You're a fucking Justin Fields guy. You're going to tell me you'd rather have Chase Claypool, who's dropping fucking bubble screens.
Chase Claypool's ass.
A 4th fucking receiver, not even active half the time.
Claypool.
I'm just saying, they did. So,
these are 2 different
would
situations.
you rather have had Claypool that, Or would you rather have reached?
You gotta compare this to
or
Miami,
would you have
bro.
rather reached 3 rounds and taken Puka, who you know is at least going to give you fucking 4 to 5, 10 to 12-yard catches?
Nobody knew he was going to do this. Nobody,
fuck all that.
Nobody
Kenny,
would,
again.
Nobody.
Kenny, again.
His
fuck all
production
that.
is like
I'm not saying you're wrong.
out of this world.
I'm not saying that you're
But
wrong.
nobody
I'm
predicted
just saying,
that production.
knowing ball, you just said,
In hindsight-
you know Puka.
In hindsight,
Regardless.
having the information I know
Regardless.
now, I would have taken him in the 3rd round.
Even if he wasn't doing what he's doing now and was just doing what
I
you
would've took
expected
him in
him
the
to
5th.
do as a 4th or 5th round pick, wouldn't you rather have that than Chase Claypool? Even if
Obviously.
Puka, okay.
But nobody.
Was that so hard to say? Fuck.
That goes without saying. No fucking shit. Would you rather date a girl who doesn't have herpes or be married to a woman you love who has herpes because she went to an Usher concert?
Okay, can we stop talking about herpes, please?
I mean, Usher's back out here, so
Again, bro.
the herpes cases are rising. That's all I'm saying.
20% of adults have herpes.
But all I'm saying is, would you rather be with a chick you love who doesn't have herpes and like she's a girlfriend, or a wife who went to a concert and came back with herpes? Like that's you. I can't judge you based on like what I don't know is going to happen.
Are you going to?
Are you going to stay?
Are you going to just go your whole life not hitting it raw? Or are you just going to say fuck it and whatever happens happens? That's the real decision.
I mean, that's
fuck
how
everything else.
and
like,
that's how you end up in family court. That's how it ends up, good or bad. You could be Sean
if you
Kemp.
take someone to family court for herpes, but okay.
No, I'm saying like, what if it's a baby and herpes? Then that's a whole nother fucked up situation because you went raw. Like that it's a whole. What I'm saying is, there's so many unknowns. Like you can't prep for something like that. Like there's so many unknowns that nobody could have said Puka was going to like lead the league.
No, I'm not saying that, dude. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is,
I knew he would. I knew he was going to be productive this year. I didn't think it was going to be this productive.
Even if he would have been,
but he was never seen as a. He was never.
Even if he would have been at his ceiling, at his floor as a 5th round pick, that would still be better than what Chase Claypool is giving you
for his whole career. Yeah, but my point is, nobody. My mom just texted me herpes, but nobody suspected this, bro. That's why he went in the 5th round,
that, dude.
He
Nobody
fell.
that
he fell
did.
to the 5th round,
But it's happening,
which is great. Yeah, and it's happening.
And stop being a denier, bro.
I'm not being a denier.
You are,
but I'm saying
you're honestly hating on Puka.
Knowing what I know now, I still wouldn't take him in the 2nd
bro.
round. I still wouldn't take him in the 2nd round.
I'm saying that as a dude who's a serial hater.
I'm saying I still
like
wouldn't
when
take
I'm
him
disgusted
in the 2nd
by your
round.
hate, that's saying a lot, bro. Like that's crazy work.
So you telling me you would have took him
when
in the
you
2nd
out hate
round?
me? That's crazy.
I mean, I hate you on a couple things, but we don't talk about that. But
I mean, honestly, the whole thing about this receiver class was like, fucking outside of the top 1st round guys, everyone else was kind of a mixed bag of scheme fit and intangibles, like
that's my point.
Or fucking measurables. Like you were always getting something in one hand and giving up something with the other hand. Like, I mean, even Mingo in the 2nd round. No,
nah, Mingo's nice. Mingo's a dog.
yeah, but he jumped up.
Mingo,
He was initially graded as a 5th, 6th round pick.
But guess what?
He earned his way up to the 2nd round.
Guess what? Jalen Hyatt, great player. Jordan Addison, better than Puka. If Jordan Addison goes to the Rams, nah, he is. Get the fuck out of here.
You're just talking about scheme fit, bro. That's a totally different receiver.
He
That's
won the
a totally different
Bolitnikoff.
scheme.
He won the Bolitnikoff
Totally
in
different
college.
scheme. Totally different scheme.
And then went to USC.
Totally different role.
And when he went to
totally
USC,
different role.
and was
Totally
still,
different scheme.
still a beast.
And he wasn't doing shit
No.
in Minnesota in camp, bro. And he was almost found himself as a fucking 5th receiver there, bro.
Cap.
Cap. It's
That's
reports, bro.
That's cap. That he was progressing pretty well.
No, he wasn't, bro.
He's progressing pretty well.
He wasn't, bro.
After the preseason, fuck camp. After the preseason and the first couple of games, he's produced.
That's that USC mentality. Fuck him.
No, but I mean, he was great at
That's why
Pitt.
your defense hasn't been good in 15 years.
Hey,
Fuck
bro.
him.
That's why UCLA
Fuck
hasn't
him.
sniffed fucking 11 wins
Fuck him.
in our lifetime. But okay. Bottom line is Zay Flowers doing great. Would Puka be doing what he's doing if he played for the Ravens? Probably not. Would he be productive?
I mean,
Yes.
I think that's probably a better fit for him than fucking.
But Zay Flowers on the Rams would be outrageous. That's undeniable. Because you can go back and watch.
But
player to player,
Kenny, but this is
one's
a fallacy
better than the other.
because I already told you the whole thing about the draft was the guys outside of those guys, outside of Addison, outside of Flowers, outside of Johnston, like everyone else was a pick 'em. Basically, you're splitting hairs. Like everyone brings a little bit something different.
Was projected first round too.
He was not, bro.
In a couple of places he was.
He was not. Not till
was
after
late
the senior,
first
bro.
round.
Not till after the senior.
That's
bro.
what I'm saying. So like, Puka had a great Senior Bowl, right?
He wasn't at the Senior Bowl.
Wasn't he at the Senior Bowl?
No,
he wasn't. He wasn't in Vegas.
No, I don't think he was at the Senior Bowl.
He was somewhere.
I don't think he was at the Senior Bowl.
Double check.
Pretty sure he wasn't at the Senior
Pretty
Bowl.
sure he was at the Senior Bowl. Pretty sure he was definitely at the Senior Bowl. Because that's why his name kept coming up. I'm not saying Puka isn't great, but I'm saying there are players who are better than him and bring more to the table than him in shittier situations. So, yeah, it's great that he's doing what he's doing for the Rams. But if you put him on 31 other teams, is he outpacing Jerry Rice? No. Put him on the Chiefs. He's probably going to be doing slightly better than Sky Moore. If you put him on the Packers, not much going to be going on there.
He was there, but he only practiced one day.
There you go.
And of course, it was the first practice that I missed.
Of course it was. There you go.
That's wild.
That's why you don't cover college. I'm joking. I'm kidding. But nah. Like
I don't cover college because I don't want to cover college. It's a lot of fucking data I don't need in my head every year. 125 teams is fucking 90 players a roster.
Who the fuck told you to cover all 125 teams, my guy?
I mean, you kind of have to. You were just talking about fucking Jackson State, bro, and fucking
Jacksonville State.
You were talking about
and Jackson State.
You were talking about fucking 3 teams that are trying to move up to D1, bro. Like you keep
they're
up,
already doing
keep
it.
up with at least
Jacksonville State.
You keep up with
is already doing it.
at least 70 teams, bro.
I keep up with way more than 70
You keep
teams.
up with at least 70.
I keep up with about 175 teams.
Okay, then. So shut the fuck up, saying you
Sacramento
don't have to cover
State.
125.
But that's because I like doing that.
It's college football. It's all connected.
I don't ever give a fuck about
all
certain
connected,
NFL
bro.
teams. I don't give
It's
a fuck
all connected.
what the Cleveland Browns are doing right now.
Yeah.
But I'm going to find out about it.
Oh my god, bro, you're so full of shit.
Bro,
You're more full of shit than me if I just went to a fucking burger hot dog buffet and had like 10
more full
plates.
of shit than going to.
Bro, you were literally just talking about fucking Cleveland at the top of the show.
Yes, but I don't give a fuck about the Cleveland Browns. But I can talk
you-
about all 32 teams.
You literally
I can
just-
talk
you
about
literally
every
just- you literally
NCAA
just
football
fucking
team
undercut
you can
yourself.
practically think of. But do I care about all of them? No. But I can do it. You can talk about a lot of shit in PR, but I know there's certain brands you don't give a fuck about.
Nah, I don't keep up with that many brands.
But okay, because you don't give a fuck about them, right?
No, it's just there's too many fucking brands to keep up
But
with.
I'm saying for the brands that you know, if you really wanted to just
I
research
honestly
them,
don't keep up with any brands.
okay,
I keep up with my brands, and that's about it.
because you care about them, right?
I mean,
or you
'cause
have
they
to.
pay me. Yeah.
Okay, then. So you have bandwidth for that. But if you had to care about 2 or 3 more, you would do it. But since you don't,
What I'm saying is,
you
I
don't have to.
I don't even keep up with the 100 brands in the categories that my clients are in.
okay, that's fine. But you're not on every aspect of that client either. Like you're at a certain level above other people, right?
Nah, man. I think there's certain things that are intertwined and connected that you, like college football, that you really kind of have to keep a beat on everything that's going on to really understand like how everything intertwines. And there's some things where it's like, okay, you can just know enough
Baseline.
about enough.
Yeah.
If you're an NFLB reporter, you don't have to know about the 32 teams. But you definitely want to know about the conference. You definitely want to know about the 16. And you probably want to know a little bit more about the 4 in your division because you're going to see them twice.
Exactly.
And you probably want to know a little bit more about the other teams on your schedule. But it just varies. Like
completely. I agree.
But I think with college football is different because every week there's snubs. Every week there's key matchups. So in order for you to really know what the key matchups are, how that's going to impact the standings, like you really have to know at least a little bit about 125. At
least 4 conferences.
I'd say even more than that because even
if
you just know the 4 conferences,
you got to know all of them.
You have to know. That's what I'm saying. You have to basically follow all 125 to really know what the fuck is going on.
And I got a friend whose brother plays at Louisiana Tech.
Because like that's what I'm saying. It's like
I'm tapped in. Tapped in.
You can't say, "Oh, this is the game of the week," if you don't know all the fucking 60 games going on. You can't say, this was the biggest upset if you only watched 5 games, like, or you only paid attention to 5 games, like,
or if you're not concerned about the 12-team playoff, then you don't know what the game of the week. Like, this game is actually a big game, even though both these teams are unranked, but they're undefeated. Like, Kansas losing to Texas was a big deal because Jalen Daniels re-aggravated his back and didn't play. And if they play that game and Texas wins, which they've beaten Texas the past couple of years, it's a whole different game, and his draft stock looks even better if he decides not to come back to school next year. But that's a whole nother thing. Bottom line is,
moving on. I don't know how
great.
we got there from fucking Chase Claypool. But
Puka's great. Claypool's trash, and I hope the Raiders don't get Claypool.
All right, Travis Kelce says the NFL is going overboard with Taylor Swift coverage. Fair or fade?
This is a fade, bro. You want to go podcast talk about Taylor Swift?
Yeah, that's true. They've been talking about it the most. Like that's made their. I didn't even know their podcast name until last week when
it's pretty decent. It's been around for a while.
No, I know it's been around for a while. I know they had a podcast. No, I've seen it. I've seen clips. I paid attention to it. I'm saying I didn't actually know the name of the podcast until I heard KTLA attribute something that they said talking about Taylor Swift. And this has been an ongoing thing, and it's not just here. It's around the country. Like, that's what they're using as their source.
Free promo.
On trailer is Travis Kelce directly talking about her on his fucking podcast.
Free promo.
Which, again, I didn't know the name of until this week.
Free promo.
But, yeah, I think it's also kind of fade because... Like, and this is what everyone's been kind of talking about in the media circuit is like, one, NFL is not used to having celebrities come to games. Like NBA,
that's a lie.
Like NBA, they
Ryan
be showing
Reynolds
was
in the box with her.
NBA be showing games. NBA be showing celebrities like for a second, and then you don't see them again.
They're clout chasing her tour.
They just keep. She's not on tour. She hasn't been on tour for 2 months, bro.
I just saw a commercial about her tour.
She's not on tour anymore. They did a documentary of the tour.
I know, but I'm saying
I think that comes out next week.
It brought so much money to LA and so many people. I was there, bro. Like I saw it. Like it's still impacting the city to this day. That and Beyonce. That I'm telling you, it is.
I don't know about that.
The service industry loves that shit, bro. That and Beyonce.
Yeah, for sure.
And Pink's at the Forum tonight.
Again, Kenny, there's no problem booking up the Forum or SoFi.
I mean, not the Forum, SoFi.
Either one, both of them. There's always shit going on there.
Yeah, but my point is, it's only a thing because like it's the Chiefs, and then Kelce left his.
You didn't even let me finish my fucking point, bro.
Oh my bad. Go ahead.
And you keep bringing this shit up.
Because it's true. If he was still with his fiance, this would not be an issue.
Bro, you gotta get over that though.
I don't care, but I'm saying if he wasn't single, would you still be talking about Taylor Swift? Say if Taylor Swift came out and said, "I got a crush on Travis Kelce," even though he's like engaged, if he was hypothetically still engaged,
okay, bro, fuck all that. Can I make my point? Can I make my point?
Go for it, make your point.
So the first part of it was like, one, people are saying the NFL doesn't know how to handle that much star power. 2, I mean, even with Colorado, bro, think about how many stars were at Colorado. They don't be showing them. They don't show them as much as they show Taylor Swift. Like they didn't show the 20. Bro, there was like 50 celebrities there.
Oh, that's dick riding.
And they didn't show.
Half them people didn't show up to Jackson State when Deion was there.
They didn't show. They showed more of Taylor Swift than they did of all the 50 celebrities that were at Colorado.
I mean,
Okay.
you're not
so
wrong.
that's my first part.
Jay-Z showed up to
part,
games.
Second part, and this is something that Dan Patrick pointed out, was like,
Dan Patrick.
last week. He was like, last week, when they asked him about it, he was like, yeah, I put the ball in her court, and it was pretty ballsy of her to show up. And he's like, that doesn't sound very flirty. Like, that doesn't sound like he's talking about someone he's trying to swoon. Like, that sounds like he's talking about, like,
Sounds like it's a media.
one of his friends, or it sounds like he invited a rival team on their bye week and was like, oh, yeah, I gave dude tickets. Like, I didn't think he was going to show up, but it was ballsy of him to show up. Like, it's very, like, friend zoning, like, dab up after, like, high fives implied. Like, it's not like, that's what's going on between me and her is real personal. Like, obviously, like, I really adore her, but, like, I don't want to get into that. Like, or, like, he could have attacked it in many different ways. But the way he went at it was very, like, friend zoning.
There's a lot of people who think that that's a fake relationship and they're not really together.
Taylor Swift,
people at ESPN have even said it.
I mean, even Taylor Swift's beef with Kanye was all fake.
Because she was fake. Because she was fake.
No.
It was fake because she was fake about it.
No.
Because when Kim Kardashian has to expose text messages about, like, hey, you fucking lied. Like, Kanye did apologize and you lied and you ran with it for clout. When Kim Kardashian has to bring up receipts and show you're a liar, that's saying a lot.
No, they both did it. They were both in on it. They wanted the controversy. That's why she was in his music video,
Famous.
In the Life of Pablo.
Yeah. In the bed.
Well, not her. Her wax statue was. But
that's what I'm saying. Like, it was a fucking PR stunt. And that's why people were saying, like, they're not really together. The way he's acting, they're not really together. It's just good clout for both sides because she just finished her tour. And he fucking is back dating white girls again. So it's just a great part. Fucking there. And then they're like, oh, well, Jake from State Farm is sitting right next to fucking Jason and Travis Kelce's mom. Bro, he's been doing commercials with Patrick Mahomes for like 3 fucking years now. Like, y'all just now, you're just making a thing out of a thing that's not a thing. Like, Ryan Reynolds and fucking Blake Lively were sitting right next to, there's literally still shots of it. They were in the box too, but nobody said, oh shit, look, it's Deadpool. Nobody fucking cared. Like, it's cool, but like, people just get hyped up, and that's why sports fans hate non-sports fans, because you say, like, okay.
You know what's crazy is, like, I still didn't even finish my point. I was just kind of laying things out.
I thought you're taking forever, bro. Like, get to the fucking
Says the dude who keeps fucking jumping in and talking about the same thing in circles, bro. You've been talking about Travis Kelce's dating history more than fucking TMZ and Variety, bro.
That's actually not true.
Bro, every time you bring up this man, you like to point out the fact that he dated a black chick, bro.
For a long ass time.
You make it sound like he just dated her because she was black, bro.
No, I'm saying they're only making a deal out of it.
But the way
because this is his rebound relationship.
But I'm saying the way you keep
it's a hell of a rebound
the
relationship.
way you keep making that narrative, though, it sounds really nasty. And you don't even know if this is a rebound.
That's why I put up finger quotes. That's why I put up finger quotes.
He's probably been fucking mad hoes, bro. He just won a Super Bowl.
Completely. But did you not? It's also another black chick who's, I think, on The Bachelor.
Okay.
It's nasty work coming out.
Okay.
I'm saying, like, this
So everything that you're saying all leads me to my actual point, which is, I don't think it's that we're not used to seeing NFL. We're not used to seeing celebrities at NFL games. It's more of football in general is just a game less about people and faces and more about fucking team and regionality and camaraderie and all this fucking intangible bullshit that it's like we just care less. Like, we don't need to see Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively in the fucking stands because it's kind of implied that they're probably there. Versus, like, in basketball and shit, it's like, oh yeah, hey, you might have missed it because there's so much action going on. There's so many shit going on. You're watching all your favorite players. Like, that league is a much more star face driven league. So it's like, yeah, you've been sucked into watching LeBron for 45 minutes, but hey, Jay-Z's also here, sort of thing. That's what I think.
I'm just saying, sports fans are the people who are driving these narratives.
Exactly.
Real sports fans don't give a fuck about this.
I guess
Beyonce didn't blend a penny of Texans games, Cowboys games, all types of shit. Nobody say 2 words. Taylor Swift has probably been in other football games.
Eagles.
Nobody said shit.
Big Eagles fan.
It's like there's plenty of players, like plenty of famous people who have been at these games. Y'all just are bored right now. You're just looking for shit to care about. And it's weird and it's gross. And it's like, like I'm pretty sure like their relationship, if they did have one, would be fucked up because y'all all in their business and shit.
All right, last one. Marshawn Lynch said, quote, I don't know where he said this, what the context of it was.
He was on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp.
Okay.
He spilled a lot of tea.
They were drinking Henny?
He fucking put out a black and mild at one point.
Shannon Sharp did or Marshawn?
Obviously Marshawn. He's from...
Shannon Sharp songs Black and Miles?
Nigga, of course he did. What are you talking about? He did.
That's what I'm saying.
He put out one on national television.
That's what I'm saying. He pulled one out too on this podcast like 2 weeks ago.
And you do realize Marshawn Lynch, who, by the way, his mom ran track with my mom in high school.
We know, Kenny.
And I just like saying that. Shout out to my mom.
Get over it, bro.
Nah, it's actually because everybody in Oakland knows each other.
You mentioned it more than your mom, bro.
Yeah, because everybody in Oakland knows each other.
You mentioned it more than your mom,
I'm probably
bro.
cousins with
your mom has mentioned it one time to me,
half
bro.
his family. I
don't even know if she's even mentioned it, honestly. Your mom has probably never said it, bro.
She confirmed it. But yeah, she won't mention it. But I mean, yeah, it's a lot of shit she won't mention. But it's okay. Mostly it's just the funny thing about cats from the Bay Area is we're just honest.
You didn't even let me read the fucking quote, Kenny.
No, I just wanted to say that before you read the quote.
He said, quote, I don't fuck with Carroll. Wilson was my QB.
See, you didn't even say the whole quote.
That's what's on the rundown. Telling you, I didn't see anything on this.
This man. See, this is why you got me here. All right, so pretty much he had to go through 3 or 4 people to get to Russ. After Russ had a really bad game and Marshawn had like 150 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. He's like, I got you, bro. Like, we're teammates. Like, you have a bad game, I'm going to pick you up. I expect you to do the same for me, blase, blase. And Wilson pretty much just blew it off, like, whatever. And then after the Super Bowl, after this motherfucker threw up the game-winning pick, a career-defining interception that ruined a potential dynasty, motherfucker, Marshawn said he walked off the field. This motherfucker Russell said, I'll get him next time. Dog, if you said that, I'll beat your whole family up.
It's fucked up.
Women, kids, adults. I'm fucking up everybody.
We got like 2 minutes left before my computer dies. So
all right, I would fuck up everybody who came with you.
Go into your rant.
That is my rant. Like, you couldn't say no shit like that around me. We would be fighting. And then he got right in front of Pete Carroll and just laughed in his face. Because that's all he could do, was laugh in his face. Like, it's coming out more and more that Russ is fake. And boy, if CR ever divorces him, which I feel like in about 5 to 7 years it's going to happen, it's going to be nasty work out here. It's going to be nasty, nasty times. And I think when Sean Payton said, you need to stop fucking kissing so many babies and shaking hands and be a quarterback, like, he means it. I think Payton realized, this is definitely not a guy I want. This dude has been overhyped his whole career. Everything that the Legion of Boom said was right. We should have listened to him. They should have just handed the fucking ball off to Marshawn. History probably would be better off for it. That's the reason why we're finding out about aliens right now. This motherfucker ruined the whole course of humanity by not handing the ball off to Marshawn on the 1 yard line. It literally destroyed the fabric of the fucking space-time continuum. But whatever. My head hurts, and I'm going to go get something to eat after this.
Okay, thanks for the invite. Did you just eat a Popeye chicken sandwich?
For the first time today, like earlier today.
That was not the first one you've ever had. That's cap.
I had 2. I ate 2.
But you see how you say shit? That
in
makes
one
it
day.
sound like
I sat down and warmed up 2 and ate them. That was my breakfast, lunch, and fucking technically dinner.
Wait, you had 2 today?
Yes.
And you had another one left?
I have one more left. And I said, do you want it? And you said no.
You were almost going to eat that one, and then you audibled.
I said, I shouldn't eat that.
Yeah, but you
shouldn't eat that third one.
You looked at it, you opened it, you contemplated it. You were like, let me get some water. You opened the fridge. In there. No, you looked at it, dog.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did, dog. You were looking at that defensive end in the face.
You
were looking at that defensive end in the face. You're like, I'm going to keep it, dog. You're like, I'm going to keep it, dog. You're like, nah, fuck it. I'll just take the 2-yard gain.
I was like, nah, I'll see if Pete wants it.
You handed it off at the last second, bro.
I'm willing to pitch it.
At the last second, but you were looking at that DN hard, bro. You looked at that DN hard. You looked like a half second too long.
The DN shot upfield. I said, fuck it. It'll just be a 2-yard loss. At least I offered.
All right. So for me, this week's been crazy. I had a big announcement this week. I've been working all day. I'm fucking tired. I binge ate today as well, which wasn't great, but fuck it. And yeah, man, hopefully the Raiders can keep it respectable against Green Bay on Monday. What I don't want is another Brett Favre Monday night game. That was like one of my first instances of memorable Raider trauma.
Your dad can only die once, technically, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen.
Yeah. I think Aaron Rodgers tore them up, too, on a Monday night before, if I remember correctly.
That one I blurted out of my mind.
So, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully I make some money off my parlays this week. I broke even last week. I won one for like $50, and I wagered like 50 across like 10 different $5 ones. So hopefully my luck turns up this week, and hopefully my phone doesn't break. So that's about it. Hopefully next time I'm on this podcast, all my life will be back together, and I won't have a broken phone and all the other shit I got going on right now. But yeah, man, this is Touchdowns and Tangents. You can catch us on your favorite podcast app, touchdownsandtangents.com. And yeah, man, thanks for fucking with us. TDs_tangents on Twitter and Instagram. Shout out to Nikki, and peace.
Peace. Shout out to Puka and Devin and Chain.